guys, it's Shirley. Welcome back to my channel. So as promised in last week's video, I'm gonna take you on a tour of my organized fridge and freezer. But before we get started, if you haven't subscribed, I would love it if you would please consider subscribing. And if you found this video helpful, please don't forget to hit that like button. All right, let's get started. So here's an overview of the inside of our refrigerator. My goal this year was to get all of our food organized. I've done my pantry and also another cabinet where we store food, and I'll link those videos down below. But we were ordering out anywhere from 3 to 5 times a week, which is crazy. Our food budget was insane, so it was time to put a stop to that. So I found these bins that you see here, and it came in a set. It also came with one for the eggs and for the cans of soda, and it was less than $30 for 6 pieces, which is a really good deal if you buy acrylic bins. They can be so pricey. I thought that was such a steal, and I'll link that down below as well. So on the top left is where I keep our extra milk. I like to store it in the back of the fridge until we're ready to use it. I also have some extra orange juice that doesn't fit on the door, and I'll show you the doors in a little while. And then next to that, I have my husband and I's favorite soda. We used to never buy soda, and we would only have it at restaurants when we went out to eat. But now that we're not eating out anymore, we do buy soda just to have with meals at home. To the right of that, I have my Lazy Susan, and I've had this in my fridge for years. I love this. If you don't have a Lazy Susan, I highly suggest you get one. I'll link the one that I have down below. Next to that, I have just 2 things that don't fit because they're just a bit too tall, so they just hang out right on the side. Right below that, I have our leftovers. These are meal prep containers, and I've had these for probably a good year. I use them for my leftovers and also obviously to meal prep. They are awesome. They're dishwasher safe. I'll link those below for you as well. And then next to that, I have my eggs. I love that this egg container actually comes with enough space for 14 eggs, because if you're like me, you have a couple of eggs left over, and then I don't know where to put those extra eggs. I used to have an egg container before, and I used to hate it only fit 12, and it wasn't very functional. So this one's actually great because it holds 14 eggs at a time. So from left to right, in the first bin on the bottom shelf is where I keep most of what my boys need to make their lunch. They're homeschooled and they independently make their lunch every afternoon. So it's nice that they have a container that has all of their sides, everything that they need to fix themselves lunch for the day. Also, side note, if you buy string cheese or any kind of like these kind of prepackaged things, I just suggest that you take them out of the package, rip them apart, and just make it a grab and go thing that your kids can easily access. It just saves so much time and it's so much easier at lunchtime. And then right next to that is where I have all of their cut up veggies for the week. They usually have a fresh fruit, fresh veggie with their lunch. This way they can grab what they want and just add it to their plate. In this bin, I have our juice pouches, and the boys know not to take these for lunch. These are for when we go out. They can grab this and a snack, and then I'm not buying like a Snapple and a bag of chips when we're out. And the last bin on my shelf is kind of where I have like some random items. So all the kids like these little pouches, but mainly these are for the baby, and she does like them cold, so I keep them in the refrigerator, but then I can also just pop them in my diaper bag in case I need something for her while we're out and about. And then in my crisper drawers, I keep my fruit on the left side, and then I'll just pre-wash all of the grapes ahead of time and put them right back in the same container. I found containers online that were really pricey for produce, and I just find it easier just to cut the tops off and reuse the same containers. Strawberries I don't pre-wash because they last longer, so I'll just cut the top off. We can reach our hand in, grab a couple strawberries, rinse them as we need them, and then we can just grab the pre-washed grapes as we need them. And the containers they come in are free, and they do just as good of a job, in my opinion, as the $30 ones I found on Amazon. On the right side, I keep all of our veggies, and these are the veggies that we use throughout the week for our dinners. In the deli drawer is where I keep my meat that I'm going to use for dinner like that night. I'll put it in a little glass container to defrost. We have some chicken sausage for a dinner coming up soon. And then to the left of that, I have this divided bin. I've had this bin for quite a while, but if I find it, I will link it down below for you guys. But on the left side is where I keep all of our cheeses. These are cheeses more like for dinners and things like tacos or maybe cheese and crackers or something like that. And on the other side is where I've been keeping meats like bacon and pepperoni. I have some extra yogurts in the back next to the bacon, and then keeping with the theme of not buying food when we're out and about, I found these like healthier versions of a Lunchable at Target. My kids always beg me to buy Lunchables, so when I saw these I figured let's just give them a try. That's easy to kind of eat in the car on the run. Okay, so moving on to the doors. On the right is where I keep all of my condiments, and for a really long time I've been dying to get these squeeze bottles, and I finally bit the bullet and did it, and I'm really happy that I did. Everything fits a lot nicer, it looks a lot more streamlined, and then I just use these mason jar labels which dissolve in water to label everything and put the expiration date on them. Below that is where we'll keep a half a gallon of milk and our cream for coffee, and I know milk and cream shouldn't be on the door. We've been doing this for years. We've never had a problem. It's only a little bit at a time. And then I will also use those mason jar labels, and I'll just cut a little piece of it and put the expiration date for the milk and the cream. Although I don't know why I do it. We always use this stuff way before it expires, but just in case, it's always labeled. On the left side of the door, on the top, is where I keep my butter. I've always kept butter in this little container. Do you guys have this container? Do you put something else in it? I don't know. I just always figured it was for butter. Below that, we have things that need to be consumed very quickly. So once they're opened, we put them to the back of the fridge. But we have our coconut milk for smoothies, tomato soup for grilled cheese, and some chicken broth for dinner recipes. Under that is where I keep our juice, and in the carafe we have a regular orange juice, and then in the pitcher is where we have orange mango. So onto the freezer, I found these bins that really help to kind of keep everything organized, and I can group things in like categories, and I'm not losing things and having things get freezer burnt, which was becoming an issue. So starting on the right, we have these Ling Ling Asian Kitchen pot stickers, and I want to thank Ling Ling Asian Kitchen for partnering with me on this video. When they asked me if I would work with them, I was so excited because, as you guys know, the name of the game is to stop eating out. Chinese food is something we ordered once or twice a week, and dumplings and fried rice are something we always bought. These are so delicious. The pot stickers come with their own signature dipping sauce, and in less time than it would take to order takeout, we can satisfy our Chinese food craving. On the left, I have some frozen brown rice for a quick dinner, and then these frozen mac and cheese bowls that we can have like on a Wednesday night before church if we need to rush out the door. On the top pull-out shelf is where I keep all of our frozen breakfast items, as well as our frozen fruit for smoothies, and also my ice makers over here. I want to thank you guys so much for watching till the end. It really does mean a lot to me, and I really do appreciate you guys watching all the way to the end. If you found this video helpful, or if you liked it in any way, please hit that like button. It really does help my channel. And if you haven't subscribed, I would love it if you would please consider subscribing. Thank you guys so much from the bottom of my heart, and I'll see you guys next time.